Drug trafficking and possession has been arrested during a police operation here in Nairobi. The arrest occurred shortly after Nancy Indoveria Kigunzu had taken legal measures to halt her impending detention. Detectives who had been monitoring her movements for several hours arrested her, and she was subsequently taken to the headquarters of the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI, for questioning in preparation for her scheduled court appearance on Tuesday, that is tomorrow. Our very own Dennis Otieno is at the DCI headquarters along Kiambu Road. Good evening, Dennis. Thank you so much for joining us. Quite a development coming in this evening. What do you have for us from the DCI?
Absolutely, George Maringa. Like you rightfully put it, we are at the Directorate of Criminal Investigations headquarters right here in Nairobi. And the reason as to why we're here, George Maringa, is to follow up on the reports that the main suspect of the woman who was found in possession of drugs and narcotics somewhere within Nairobi in Ngara has been arrested. And the lady, for the better part of last week, we saw the DCI posting on the social media handles that they had arrested a woman who was affiliated to selling drugs and narcotics within Nairobi County, and specifically from Ngara. Now, after we saw the DCI posting arresting the woman, we saw allegations on social media going ahead to say that the person who was arrested was a mistaken suspect. Now, we also got to see pictures of a specific lady getting to surface on social media, saying that was the lady was the main suspect of the drugs and narcotics case, and the right suspect that the DCI was looking for. And the lady was identified as a woman known as Nancy Indoveria Kigunzu. Now, once the pictures surfaced on social media, Nancy, the suspect who had been linked with the case by the DCI, had to present herself to court in order to prevent her imminent arrest by the DCI. Now, Nancy presented herself to the courts earlier today. And as soon as she, filed her appeal to the courts, once she left the courtroom, it is reported that DCI officers tracked the lady, trying to make her way within the city, and that is how she was arrested and brought to the headquarters of the Directorate of Criminal Investigations. We cannot really ascertain at exactly what time the arrest was made, and that is why right now we are pitching camp. Very little traffic at the headquarters of the DCI right now. We cannot really tell exactly if she has been, or rather if she's being held at the headquarters of the DCI, because earlier, as soon as we got here, we tried to have a conversation with some of the officers who are manning the gates of the headquarters of the DCI, and they told us they really cannot comment about the matter, and they don't have much to say about the arrest that was, about the reports that are being put forth, and what we're trying to follow regarding the case. So, George Maringa, we have pitched camp right here to see whether we are going to get any information about the arrest of the suspect, and the person whose picture kept on doing rounds on social media, where many people were saying that is the right person, or rather that is the main suspect of the case, linking Nancy Indoveria Kigunzu as the main suspect of the drugs and narcotics case that the DCI has been following. Remember, this case was discovered early last week on Tuesday by the DCI officers who raided a specific informal settlement somewhere within Ngara Estate right here in Nairobi, and they got to arrest a different lady, and this lady was known as she was termed as a mistaken suspect, and we're here to see how this case is going to unravel. But so far, the reports that we're having is that the lady whose pictures kept on surfacing on social media, known as Nancy Indoveria Kigunzu, has been arrested by the DCI. So far, we haven't had any official communication from any DCI officers. Like I told you, George Maringa, we tried to speak to some of the officers who are manning the gates of the headquarters at DCI right here, and they said they're not cleared to give us any information regarding that specific case. So it is a matter of just wait and see, and getting to see if probably we're going to have any officials, any lawyers of the suspect who has been arrested, whether they're going to show up at the DCI headquarters and if they're going to have a word with us. Just briefly, if I could just show you around the vicinity of the headquarters of the DCI right here in Nairobi, and you can see, George, not a lot of activity going around this place. Nothing of note as of yet, but you never know. Anyone might turn up at this place. Probably the lawyers, like I had mentioned a little bit earlier, and we are here to see what is going to unravel in a few minutes from now. So, George, we are going to pitch camp over here, and as soon as we get any tangible information about the arrest of Nancy Indoveria Kigunzu, we'll definitely link up with you, and we'll be bringing you up to speed with the story as the bulletin progress.
Very much indeed. Our very own Dennis Otieno covering the latest development outside, or rather pitching camp outside the headquarters of the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, that is the DCI, right here in Nairobi, along Kiamburu to be specific, regarding the arrest, the confirmed reports of arrests of Nancy Kigunzu, who is said to have been arrested this evening regarding a police operation, or rather after a police operation here in Nairobi. TV47, the home of untold stories, will be pitching camp to bring you up to date with these latest developments.